paint an image according to the pattern you see, said the Lord, with the inscription, Jesus, I trust in you. I promise the soul that will venerate this image will not perish. I also promise victory over its enemies already here on earth, especially at the hour of death. I myself will defend it as my own glory. I am offering people a vessel with which they are to keep coming for graces to the fountain of mercy. That vessel is the image with the inscription, Jesus, I trust in you. I desire that this image be venerated first in your chapel and then throughout the world. At the request of her spiritual director, the saint asked the Lord about the meaning of the rays on the image. She heard these words in reply. The two rays denote blood and water. The pale ray stands for the water which make souls righteous. The red ray stands for the blood which is the life of souls. These two rays issued forth from the depths of my most tender mercy when my agonized heart was opened by a lance on the cross. Happy is the one who will dwell in their shelter, for the just hand of God shall not lay hold of him. And again, by means of this image I shall grant many graces to souls. It is to be a reminder of the demands of my mercy, because even the strongest faith is of no avail without works. Some years ago, a man died. He didn't have an awful lot of faith, but he was of goodwill. He had a near-death experience, and he was shown things. And he came back to life and was given this strong message for others to hear as well. He was given to understand that the meaning of the whole universe was love. That has consequences. If we are close to mercy and begging for it, we must be merciful ourselves. And the first mercy is warmth. We can't be in any way sources of pain if we want to be at the receiving end of mercy. It has no sense. He wanted this feast of mercy and asked for it himself. I desire, and then he gave the date, the day, and that the feast of mercy be a refuge and shelter for all souls, and especially for poor sinners. The very depths of my tender mercy are open on that day. I pour out a whole ocean of graces upon souls who will approach the fount of my mercy. And then he is quite explicit. The soul that will go to confession and receive Holy Communion shall obtain complete forgiveness of sins and punishment. Let no soul fear to draw near to me, even though its sins be as scarlet. There have been confessions non-stop today. Many people go away deeply healed and moved. If only people knew the power of mercy flowing in the sacrament of confession. On this feast of mercy are opened all the divine floodgates through which graces flow. And then the chaplet. He asks that this be recited, and it has huge power. Even the most hardened sinner, if he recites this chaplet even once, will receive grace from my infinite mercy. Or what graces I will grant to souls who will recite this chaplet. By means of it you can ask and obtain anything, if what you ask for will be compatible with my will. I want the whole world to know my infinite mercy. I want to give unimaginable graces to those who trust in my mercy. And then specifically the power of the 3 o'clock prayer. There we are able to plug in directly to the maximum with regard to the power of Calvary. At 3 o'clock implore my mercy, especially for sinners, and if only for a brief moment, immerse yourself in my passion, particularly in my abandonment at the moment of agony. This is the hour of great mercy for the whole world. In this hour, I will refuse nothing to the soul that makes a request for me in virtue of my passion. I remind you, my daughter, as often as you hear the clock strike the third hour, immerse yourself completely in my mercy, adoring and glorifying it. Invoke its omnipotence for the whole world, particularly for poor sinners. At that moment, mercy was opened wide for every soul. In this hour you can obtain everything for yourself and for others for the asking. It was the hour of grace for the whole world. Mercy triumphed over justice. He also encourages the Stations of the Cross at that hour. And by the way, the hour of unmercy is there too. It's 3 o'clock in the night. That's when they abuse the sacred hosts, which all the time are disappearing from our tabernacles and from our communions in church. They have to have them all the time, and they're getting them. And it's happening at 3 o'clock in the night that they used terrible things against the Lord of hosts, all matter for reparation. When I came to Ireland in 1991, they were building the Divine Mercy Shrine in the monastery not far from here, Kilnacrot Abbey, and I was asked to compose a hymn for it, and I just pleaded with Sister Faustina, she was then, to give me something, so I didn't want to waste the retreat there doing that. And it came straight away. I'll get onto that in a minute. But the shrine, for years, had a great power of healing. And I was sitting in it one day, and it was full of confession boxes, and they were using them all day, and before me was the huge image of the Divine Mercy, made all of marquetry, a great work of art. And of course Blessed Sacrament was often exposed there, and I would put every day at 3 o'clock the Chaplet of Divine Mercy recorded on tape there, sung for people to pray with. And here, sitting or kneeling in this shrine, I felt this place is really a place of sacramental healing. And the floodgates of mercy are all over this place. It was a place where people came all day and well into the night, and sometimes all night, and were healed. Sitting therefore in the Shrine of Divine Mercy on Monday of Holy Week. A weighted soul was ne'er a soul at rest, nor was there long a happiness within the laden mind, borne on the swollen crest of heightened joy, unfrightened by the sin which bade it be, which urged it to be more again, for pain of conscience known could but be hid by this loud bidding's roar, made of a wanting that did all else drown. Oh, yet what lingers here, what mists of dark here move, removed from blackened hours, whose stench was sweetened twixt these walls. How oft the spark of hell's ill-judged delight did this scent quench. O little place where grace did find a space, I love thee well, for I feel here his face. And this was the hymn that through the saints' intercession came immediately, both words and music. There is a place where peace and mercy meet, where humankind the rays of Godhead can in darkness greet, and healing find. There is a manhood where divinity looks out to us from all eternity. A O stream of light, O beam of ancient grace, given in this hour for us who in this tender face behold the power that uttered time, and in the moment's speed I see this gaze that waited long for me. O Master, draw me close to this soft heat that melts in this, the calmness of the heart where all things meet, accept thy bliss, and in a smile be